Hello, fellow DoorDash drivers, family and friends, YouTube viewers in general. It's Joe, the 50 something Dasher, with another daily recap video for Groundhog Day 2024. And so, start time for today's Dash was 5:17 this morning. And let me just summarize everything real quick right here. I took a loss today. So, today was a bad Dash. It is what, yesterday, it's what I've talked about before. Yesterday was a good Dash. Today was a bad one. It is what it is. Chalk it up as a loss and just move on to the next Dash Tuesday or whenever that is for me. But started off right here. Took this from home. $6, 5 miles, McDonald's. This was okay. I mean, just to get me rolling in the morning. Interesting story about this. It delivered to the apartment complex across from Meyer on that strip, and go kind of like towards the back of the complex. Again, it's dark outside. And I park where I'm supposed to, but the numbers on the buildings, like for instance, you go to one building and one house number will be like in the 2000s, and then the apartment next to it will have like a number like in the 5000. I don't know what was going on with the numbering of if it was just like those few buildings in that area of the complex. But so I'm walking around like a couple different buildings trying to find this specific apartment, and I finally see it, and the door's open, and there's two, like a man and a woman police officer walking into that apartment. And from what I could tell from my positioning, I couldn't see anything. All the lights were on and everything inside that apartment, and I didn't see anything in the apartment. Like I said, from where I was standing and how I was approaching, but it looked like they were walking into a empty apartment. And all of a sudden, I was like, I see myself, man, did somebody just like punk me or something? Is this like some kind of crime scene or something happened at this address and somebody thought that it would be funny to place a DoorDash order for that address while it was going on? So I start walking up towards the door anyway, and the guy cop, turns around and says, "Is that order for here?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he took it, and it ended up just being like a regular delivery, but it's supposed to be leave at the door. But so yeah, that was just really weird. Um, then I had so here's a minute long clip from early, right after that delivery. So check out this clip right here of the issue that I had like right off the bat with this Dash this morning. So I'll play that clip now. At the drive-through window for my first order, the McDonald's order, and realized I forgot my stupid wallet. So I got the Dash paused after this delivery to go home and get my wallet. Thank you. My phone, like I always check on my pockets, and let me get parked here for a second. I always check on my pockets, and my phone was in my front pocket where sometimes I keep my wallet. So when I was checking everything, felt something in my front pocket, thought that was my wallet, but it wasn't, and left without my wallet. Of course, if I get a shopping order, I don't have my red card, so I got to pause the Dash, go back home, get it. And plus, I'm driving without a license, all that, yada, yada. It's just aggravating. And I repeatedly do that every couple weeks, 2, 3 weeks. I'll forget something. But anyway, I got to close the video so I can accept this order in the app. And so that's it for this little video. Okay, and then after then the next order after that, I don't have a screenshot of this, and I don't know what happened, if I forgot to take a screenshot or I'm not sure, but I had another $6 McDonald's, so I don't have the screenshot. I don't know the mileage, or I can't remember where that went or anything, but so okay, so now I'm at $12, and maybe it'll show on this next. No, it doesn't show on this screenshot, but so then I get this 575 White Castle, and it's a little bit far, on the distance. It's out of zone delivery, but not too terrible. You can see here I'm close to the White Castle, so I go ahead and take it. And I'm like, well, let's just keep it going with these $6 orders. I mean, I don't know what the deal was with I had the first four orders were, you might as well say $6. This one is just a quarter off. But yeah, I'll do 16 $6 orders, and to get the goal that way, that's fine. I'll do it. Let's keep them coming. So I go to White Castle. I get this order, and this is actually the main. This order right here is the main subject of the topic of today's video. This one, and also another order that I'll get to. But I picked this up, and I'm on the phone with my wife as I'm approaching the delivery, and I could tell from the instructions it was some kind of business. It said, once you turn in, drive all the way to the back, and you'll see a dispatching office on the left-hand side. So I kind of figured maybe this was like a trucking company or something like that. And so I'm approaching where GPS tells me to turn, and I come up on it, and it's a exit only for a recycling center. And obviously I don't want to turn into somewhere that's marked exit only. So now, and just a minute or two before, I told my wife, man, I don't, I just don't like deliveries like this where I'm delivering to some type of business I haven't been to before, and it's dark outside, and I don't like this. And a few seconds later, GPS is directing me into a close or a exit only that I don't want to turn into. So I pass it, and GPS now reroutes. And at this point, I hang up the phone with my wife so I could kind of focus on what I'm doing. So it now directs me to the next major intersection and take a left on that. And I turn in the actual entrance for this recycling place. So the entrance is on the one road, and the exit is where I first came up to on a different road. So I turn in there, and it's like it's not a paved driveway. It's kind of like I wouldn't say like a gravel. It's kind of like a dirt road. And I'm coming up on these weigh scales for trucks, and there's 3 or 4 like different kinds of trucks and vehicles. They weren't tractor trailers. They were like pickup trucks carrying trailers, and a couple different vehicles like that parked off to the side. And I drive around them, and I see like an office trailer to the left of the weigh scale. So I park over there and knock on the door. This guy comes to the door. He doesn't speak English too well, but he understands what I'm saying. And they had the name of my customer. He radios the name of that person. And that person gets on, and he was like, "Did you order something?" "No, I didn't order anything." And he's like, they're actually supposed to be at, such and such business, not here. So, and the guy tells the other guy over the radio, this happens like 2 or 3 times a week with deliveries coming here by mistake. So he needs to go back out and enter from the other road. So I leave there, and I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be exiting out the same way I came or not, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm not driving over the weigh scales, and I'm just going, whether I'm going the wrong way or not, I'm going out the way I came in. And I go back to that first road I was on, and now I try to look for an address. Normally, like when I was at the White Castle, if and I knew this was going to a business, normally I do an internet search on an address and I pull up the company name. And for whatever reason, I did not do that on this order. I don't know why. Go figure. That might have helped me out. I can't say for sure. I still probably would have had to call the customer, I'm thinking, even still, because I passed a couple businesses. I didn't see the address marked anywhere of where I was going. Finally, I turned in to that exit only that I was at a few minutes prior, and I called the customer. Okay, so long story short, it was a trucking company that I was totally different business. The GPS was not directing me to. And I saw the trucking company, but it looked like just like an entrance for trucks only. And I asked the customer, can I turn in there? And he said, yes, you can. It looks like a truck entrance, but yes, turn in there, go all the way back to. So I turned in there and went to the back, parked, called the customer again. He comes out. He actually exits this like warehouse area. He's driving a forklift. So he actually drives down a ramp on a forklift down to my car, gets the order, and I kind of tell him, if you could for in the future maybe update your instructions and to let drivers know that if it has them try to turn in there, not to, and to look for this trucking company entrance with the company name. And he said he would, and he said, yeah, he said it's weird because I sometimes GPS routes the drivers here, and then the other half of the time it doesn't. And I told him, yeah, I've noticed that before. I have had locations where sometimes, or like an apartment complex, like for one customer, it'll route me to the complex. And then I've had other times where it tries to route me over to like the next business over, like not even to the complex. So I don't get it. I don't know why the GPS issues and why it gives you bad directions some of the time but not all of the time, and so I don't know. So that was a very nerve-wracking order right there, but I got through it, and I thanked the customer for, hey, thanks a lot for your help and everything, giving me the direction to get there. And I got lucky on that because he was working, so if he wouldn't have been able to answer my call or anything, I probably would have dropped that order and been stuck with that food that I would have had to thrown away. But I got lucky that he was able to answer the phone. So, and then this next order, I'll preface this order. Just I wanted to say really quick that I am not ever going to use this channel to try to push my religious beliefs onto other people. What I believe is what I believe. What you believe is what you believe. Okay. But having said that, this next order here, as far as I'm concerned, this was just straight up divine intervention. I mean, that's just all there was to it, because this order when I pulled up where it was going and looked in the instructions, this is my regular customer at the car dealership that I've talked about before. When I see the guy's name, I automatically know who I've delivered to him enough times. I know who this is. I know ahead of time. I already know what he looks like and where to go. So after about as bad an order that you can possibly get, my next order is totally complete opposite. I know who this customer is. I know exactly where I'm going. I don't even need GPS for this delivery. And I couldn't believe it. So, yeah, like I just straight up divine intervention. Next was this stacked $9, 8 miles. Not the best order, but the Giant Eagle is only 2 items. Yeah, it's going to High Street area. I went ahead and took this because I'm going to get 2 deliveries out of this, and I'm only delivering to one customer. Let's go ahead and do it. So here's the Giant Eagle. It's only 1 item. So you see, I walked over to the cold area, hit start shopping, and I had this in 48 seconds. And then, so let's see, is this the next screenshot? Okay, so I'm driving to the customer, and so a GPS issue now on 2 out of 3 orders. But this right here, this wasn't nearly as bad as the first one. So if you're watching this on a cell phone or smaller device, I apologize. You're probably not going to be able to see my pointer here, but this is where I'm coming from, far left-hand side of the screenshot here. I'm coming down this way and turning onto Obetz from 23. You see here, and I didn't catch. I'm just following GPS. You know, as drivers, you get into that habit, and you see here what I needed to do was just come down a little ways, turn to the right. There's the customer pin. But look at what GPS does to me here. It doesn't have me turn there. It has me go past that, and I make a left-hand turn here, and you can't see on this screenshot the whole routing here, but it basically just has me go around the block unnecessarily. So I just go around in a square like this, come out to this road, and then turn back onto Obetz, past that point where that road that I went on to, and then make a left here. And so just for whatever reason in the world, this unnecessary, like, go circling around the block. I've talked about it before. I have a vet clinic that's in the building it's in. It used to be a church. I've talked about this before. The same situation. GPS will have you go around this huge, like, square, but that is like I want to say 4 or 5 miles. This right here, this was just going around the block. This only wasted about maybe like 2 minutes, if that. So it wasn't the end of the world on this, but yeah, I spoke too soon. It was one of my recent videos. I said I rarely have, I said 99% of the time I don't have GPS issues. And then I get to today and I have 2 issues in one day. It's, like I said, just a bad day. Okay, and then here is the payout screen on that. I had a weak cell signal at the customer, so it was hand to customer. I don't think I couldn't send my messages that I normally send. And so there you see the breakdown, $7 and $2 tip. Then next was a 550 3.8 mile McDonald's, so not too bad. And this I was when I was actually on my way to a gas station to get gas, and I got this order, so this changed up plans on me. So I did this order, and this delivered close to home. So change of plans. So after I dropped this off, I came home instead of getting gas. I was home at 8:55 in the morning. Then this order here. Guess what this is? You need to scan and check the recipient's ID. Alcohol again, when I don't have a permit and I'm not supposed to be delivering alcohol. Oh. So I like I said, I'm home, I'm walking the dog does his business, and I'm trying to get back inside when my phone goes off. It's in my coat pocket. And I go to reach for my phone to see what the order is. And in the process of going to reach for my phone, I accepted the order. So I now have an offer that I accepted that I have no idea what it is. Okay? And to make things work, this is what I see. This screen here is what I see when I pull the phone out of my coat pocket. I just accepted an alcohol order accidentally. That's wonderful, actually. But on the bright side, now this was a $15.25 order. And I don't have the mileage. I don't think I wrote anything down in my notes or anything, the mileage, but the mileage wasn't that bad. I don't know if I just had to guess 8-9 miles, something like that. So now I just reported this yesterday, so I know things can't be fixed, rectified, overnight. So it was understandable that I got, until they get this issue solved, it was understandable why I got another alcohol order. Here's the item. Just 130 count of beer. So that's all I was picking up. And then when I get up to the register, so I talked about the other day when I saw this screen and it said that I needed to pay by debit. So I went to check out, and the pin pad, asked for the pin. I enter the 4 zeros, and so I did that this time. But then I look at this screenshot, and now it's saying to choose credit. So I guess now I don't know why sometimes the app wants you to choose. Now they like on some purchases credit, on some purchases debit. That's kind of weird to me. Why can't you just, what difference does it make? I don't know. So now I got on all these different shopping orders. Now I got to kind of watch this, and I want to try to, whatever the screen says, I want to start trying to do now, but it was too late on this order, but it still took it as a debit. So I just yet another weird thing from today. Here's the pay screen on that. So $9.75. Oh, here you see I'm near the sports part. It was South Columbus where this delivered. I think Green Lawn Road area, somewhere in there. So like I said, the mileage wasn't too bad. And then coming back, I shot a video, just a few different topics I wanted to touch on. The Top Dasher update, a couple things about the Super Bowl, and another gig job. I was just like four different various things. I didn't want to add, 5, 10 extra minutes to this video. So I shot a video talking about a couple things that was on my drive back to Zone, and I'll post that. That'll be tomorrow. So you can check that out. And then I got this another another $6 order, and only 2 miles McDonald's. So yeah, this was a good one, and pretty easy order. When this delivered to the AutoZone, so pretty easy. Then and then also with that previous one, that was hand to customer inside the AutoZone. I couldn't send my text messages. So then I had a break at Meyer. So you see here is about, it might have been about little after 10 when I completed that. And then like almost a half hour before I got my next offer, I sat in the Meyer parking lot and just kind of shut my eyes, just kind of rested. I've been feeling like really tired today. And I get this offer. I decline this. Just, let's wait and see if I get something else a little bit better. So decline. Going out to Darby-Dale. So then this, it's going to just south of downtown. Usually when I see the pin here, I can pretty well guess that this is going to that German Village, Parsons, Ohio and Champion area. And and that's where this was going. I could kind of tell that from this map. And I've done these like many times before. And is this the greatest offer in the world? No, but I don't know. I went ahead and took it. At this particular time, I'd already been kind of dozing off and half asleep, and well, let's do something to kind of get me moving here. And I guess I don't mind the drive right now. Only 4 items. Here's the list, and I went a little bit over on the recommended time. I had a little bit of problems with the toilet paper. I almost substituted that, but last second I saw them. Any kind of pest killers, I look in grocery first, and if I don't see it there, then I head over to lawn and garden. That's where that was. The body wash, I don't know why I had so much problems finding that. It was in the aisle it was supposed to be in, and I went up and down the aisle 2 or 3 times, and I finally found it. And then same thing at this customer, couldn't send the message here, and then this time I took a screenshot of. So I got to the customer just 20 minutes later after So it just took me 20 minutes to check out, get back to my car, and get to the customer. So that's it's not bad. And this, I'm guessing this is probably maybe like across the board with DoorDash. Maybe all messaging was down, I'm guessing, but who knows. Here's the pay screen on that. Customer told me, he was like, hey, I left you a tip as well, and I thanked him and everything. And so I thought maybe he might have meant like an extra tip was coming or so, but he was just referring to what he already had left, the $5. So this order wasn't bad. Next was no explanation on this. $2.75 Chick-fil-A. I think I was getting off the exit and off the highway coming back to Zone when I got this, and so I'm right near the Chick-fil-A, as you can see. But going out to the far east, We're talking Beijing here, Far East, past 23 for $2.75. No thanks. And then I took this one. Like I said, okay, I'll do the longer distance orders, I guess. I don't care today. I just want to get somewhere within the vicinity of my $100 goal, and then I'll just log off. So this is a 675 to get me even closer to goal. It's going down 104. Let's do it. I don't care. I've done these before. I was in the mood where I didn't care. It is what it is. Let's do it. So I dropped that off. I'm coming back. And you can see I'm almost back to, I'm just getting back into zone when I get this. And I decline this, even though technically this is a better offer than the one I took probably. I mean, it is. It's more money and less miles. So this is better, but I just came from 104. I just did one of those orders. I just didn't want, now, so I'm going to go to Chipotle and just go right back down there. I mean, so I declined this. And then was probably same time, or was it like a minute later? 1 minute later. So they give me it's the same order, but now the system thinks that if it stacks a minimum $2 order from Chipotle onto that, now somehow I'm going to take it because you've thrown a $2 order on there with it. So no, that didn't entice me either to go back to 104. That just would have been more trouble for the extra $2 and a possible 1 star out of that from the $2 customer contract violation. And so at this point, I'm like, I guess the only people placing DoorDash orders at this point in Central Ohio are people that live off of 104 right now. So let me just go ahead and log off and call it a dash, and and take the loss. Dash summary. My total dash time, 6 hours, 35 minutes. I was active 4 hours, 3 minutes. So 2.5 hours of downtime. And maybe that as well made me more tired. So I don't know. 11 deliveries completed. Mileage was horrible. Absolutely horrible today. So for the $80, I drove 115 miles. So 35 miles out of goal, or under goal, whatever you want, over goal, whatever. Wasn't anywhere near the goal. 2,571 all-time deliveries. I think I finished at the same acceptance rate, 62%. So I'm tired. I'm going to put this video together to post, and then go from there for the rest of the day. Again, I got videos coming out tomorrow and Sunday. Make sure to check those out. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, check out my other videos, and sign up for notifications. Get notified every time I post a video as well. That'd be cool. And that is it for now. Thanks again for watching, and until next time.